Ugly Christmas sweaters are upon us now, and I thought it would be fun to show you how I made this one right here, this ugly Christmas sweater with a Lord of the Rings style design on it. It's kind of silly. It's that iconic scene where Gandalf is saying, "You shall not pass," but I've got it saying "Christmas shall not pass," just as a funny joke. So I'm going to show you exactly how we made this design using Kittl. So let's go ahead and get started. But if you don't have Kittl, you can sign up for free using the link down in the description, and then you can even follow along with this tutorial. First off, since we're going with a sweater apparel design, this is going to be a 16 by 20 inch artboard. It's really easy to select super quick. Here I've already picked this color palette right here that we're going to use for the design, which is this festive red looking color, again with this tan cream. Now the first thing I wanted to do was get my text right. Obviously we're going with "Christmas shall not pass," but I wanted to keep it to 2 lines because I'm going to make a pattern above and below each line. So I want "Christmas" really big on the top line and then "shall not pass" below it. I'm going to go with 2 different fonts. This first one is called Beelzebub, which is a very big kind of Christmas style. It fits this vibe. And the other one is called Superior, but we've got a ton of options for you that could work with your ugly sweater style. After the text was placed, it's time to craft our pattern. Now we have this pretty cool zigzag looking pattern that I think will fit the style here. So if we just type in zigzag, this little piece will come up and we can easily duplicate it by hitting Alt or Option key and dragging, and then we can craft our zigzag lines above and below here. Now this looks pretty cool, but I think an extra pattern of more magic looking shapes on the top and bottom is going to be better. So for the top bar here, we're actually going to craft the little Fellowship of the Ring looking leaf of the pendant using the basic shape here, and I'm just going to size this down. I'm going to make 3 copies of it, and then I'll turn the other 2 horizontal to make this simple leaf effect. So there's 1 piece, and for the second piece, I'm going to use this cool looking star here and make it a solid color. And now that I have my 2 pieces, I can just duplicate them across to complete my pattern. Now for the pattern that's below "shall not pass," I'm going to use the same star, but then over in the Elements tab, I'm going to type in Celtic and grab this Celtic knotted Trendy symbol to be my second piece. It fits in with this magical medieval vibe. I just need to make sure that I make it a solid color to make sure there's no weird holes coming through. And so now I can just duplicate this across my top layout, and if it's not exactly how I want it right now, I can tweak it later. So if I type in wizard over here, look at the first search result. This is fitting perfectly. So we'll drag him over, switch our colors, and then keep going. So let's just type in demon and see what happens. Boom, let's drag this over because the horn placement is almost perfect. And then we can make him all one color and we get this nice silhouette of the Balrog chilling here in the background with the eyes and the teeth coming through. Over in the Elements panel, if we type fire, everything under the sun is going to come up in terms of art style for fire. And we've got this really cool rugged looking flames that are rounded around here that are going to work perfectly for the head. So let's drag these in, and I'm going to put one on the top, the left, and the right of the Balrog looking head here. Hey, do me a quick favor, and if you're getting value from this Christmas sweater tutorial, let me know by hitting that thumbs up button and that red subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos. And then let me know in the comments, for those true Lord of the Rings fans, how have you been liking the Rings of Power show? And I know this has nothing to do with the sweater design, obviously. Obviously, I want to know if you like the ugly Christmas sweater. Let me know in the comments. But for those true Lord of the Rings fans, I'm curious to know how you've been liking the Rings of Power. I like it, but interested to hear your thoughts. So comment down below and let's get back to the tutorial. All right, so we have a lot of empty space everywhere here on the left and the right of the wizard, especially below him as well. So in addition to having some flames around the wizard, I want to make this scene have a little castle silhouette maybe on the left and some mountains on the right. And this is going to be a little trick we use for housing the flames. And it's super easy to search for these illustrations. So let's grab a couple of them and then make a little frame on the left of right for our flames. And we're also going to grab one of these zigzag patterns from above and bring it down to house the bottom of the flames and make it look like a complete frame. So now we can pick a couple flame choices and build a line of rising flames. And for this, I've already already done it. I've already picked and joined them together just to save you time, since you don't probably want to watch me just put a bunch of flames together. Of course, you can make this any way you want. You can just drag in a couple of different flames, put them in a row, and then Command G or Control G to group them together. And what I just did was duplicate the flame line that's red, and then I changed the color to beat that creamy tan just to give it some depth. So now I've got that red in the front, cream in the back, and it kind of makes a really cool rising effect. So what about the left and right here? I think some flaming swords would be pretty epic. So let's find the right sword that'll work. And what's neat about this detailed sword right here and all of this hatching is that you can easily make a completely different style just by making the color solid. So now we have this nice silhouette of a sword that will fit with the rest of the style that we're going for. So keep this trick in mind. When you're designing in Kittl, you can easily change the style by messing with the colors. So let's add some flames to the swords and make sure our wizard here is framed appropriately on the left and right. So now for the bottom, we want to complete our patterned frame that we started with at the top, and we have a really nice, neat Celtic pattern, the Celtic knotwork here, that's going to fit with this medieval theme. So let's drag this in, duplicate it across, and then we can bring another zigzag pattern below to put on the top and bottom, and just like that, our layout is done. But we need to add some texture. So let's find this grain texture. We have so many textures you could play with. I'm gonna choose this one, and then I'm gonna turn clip content on to make sure that the texture only applies to the design. Then we can download it without the background, just making sure this little switch is turned on, and boom, here it is. This was a ton of fun to make, and I hope you have a blast making your own ugly Christmas sweater. Now, if you want to see other print on demand and apparel style videos, click on one of these videos here on your left. I know you're going to love them. Don't forget to subscribe to Kittl so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I will catch you in the next one.